Good morning to all the students. Yesterday in last class, in lecture 3, we explained about the properties of nucleus, and there are 4 properties. One is the nuclear mass, nuclear density, nuclear size and nuclear charge. These properties we discussed, we completed in the last class. Now we will go, next point is mass defect. And here is the mass defect, which is the difference in mass of the constituent particles of nucleus. Difference in mass of the constituent particles of nucleus and the rest mass of nucleus. What it is? Difference in mass of constituent particles of nucleus and the rest mass of nucleus. This is what we will call it as mass defect. Is called mass defect. As we learned in the last class, one of the property of the nucleus, that is what? Mass of the nucleus, and that is what we got in sum of the mass of constituent particles of nucleus. Constituent particles are protons and neutrons. Number of protons represents the atomic number, and which is represented by Z, and m suffix p is the mass of proton. This is the total mass of the number of protons which are present in the nucleus, plus total mass of the number of neutrons. And the number of neutrons are A minus Z into mass of neutron. This gives the sum of the mass of constituent particles of the nucleus. Difference rest mass, M represents rest mass of the nucleus, and this gives the mass defect, that is delta M. This is what the mass defect in case of a nucleus. This we will call it as nuclear mass defect. Nuclear mass defect. This is nuclear mass defect. Whereas there is another will be there, that is atomic mass defect, and that atomic mass defect is mass of number of protons plus mass of number of electrons plus mass of number of neutrons minus rest mass of the atom, and this gives the mass defect of the atom or atomic mass defect. Idenanthu atomic mass defect. Atomic mass defect of the. This is nuclear mass defect. But what we are going to learning here, nucleus, nuclei ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. इधर nuclei पढ़े तो उसके लिए हम important क्या है? Nuclear mass defect is important, not atomic mass defect. We need here nuclear mass defect. And better to keep it in mind, every nucleus of the atom, they are different the nuclei of the atoms, then that mass defect will be different. There is some mass defect we will get it. And that mass defect causes, there is a binding force between the nucleus. There is a binding force between the nucleons. Only binding force between the nucleus because of there is a nuclear mass defect. They will be bound with some force. Causes there is a energy. And that energy is binding energy, we will call it as, and the binding energy of the nucleus is mass defect of nucleus into 931 mega electron volt. This is what the binding energy is. Binding energy is the energy with which the nucleons are bound together. Binding energy is the energy with which the nucleons will be bound together. Andra protons, neutrons, protons, they will be bound with one another with some amount of energy, and that energy we will call it as binding energy. And this binding energy will be depends on the mass defect. Binding energy ಯಾರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೋ mass defect ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. More the mass defect, more the binding energy. More the binding energy, more the stable of the nucleus. Stability of the nucleus is depends on the binding energy. This binding energy will be depends on the mass defect. Adukku next after this mass defect we are going to learning about binding energy. Binding energy. BE and the shortcut. Binding energy. Here another definition of the energy with which the nucleons are bound together. The energy with which binding energy, the energy with which nucleons, protons and neutrons are commonly called as nucleons. The energy with which the nucleons are bound together is called binding energy. Adikya binding energy. This binding energy can be calculated by using the Einstein's mass energy relation. This binding energy, it will be calculated using the Einstein's mass energy, and that is what you have, E equal to mc square. And here E is itself binding energy, and m is nothing but mass defect, and that mass defect is represented by delta m into c square. If you are going to writing the mass defect in terms of kg and c is in meters per second, then you will get your answer will be in terms of joule. Answer will be in terms of joules level. Otherwise, if this mass defect you are going to writing in terms of atomic mass unit into 931 delta m in AMU, andra atomic mass unit, delta m in AMU atomic mass unit into 931, and this we will get binding energy in terms of mega electron volt. That was in terms of mega electron volt, and this signifies as this binding energy it will be signifies as the stability of the nucleus of the atom. It will be decides, or it will be signifies as that the nucleus of the atom, how much it is stable. More the binding energy, more is the stability. Less the binding energy, less is the stability. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ stability of the binding energy. In binding energy is the energy with which the nucleons are bound together, or the minimum energy. This can also be defined like this: the minimum energy with which the nucleons of the nucleus will be separated. Nucleons bound and protons and neutrons will be bound with some energy. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು minimum energy apply ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರ just those nucleons will be separated. ಅಂದ್ರೆ protons and neutrons just if we will separate by giving us some amount of energy, by applying us some amount of energy, by doing some work on the nucleus, so that the nucleons will be separated. For that, what the minimum energy we are going to apply, that minimum energy is also called as binding energy. Okay. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎರಡು ತರ ಬರೀಬಹುದು. दो type लिख सकते हैं of definition. One is what we wrote it, the energy with which the nucleons are bound together. Another is the minimum energy which is required to separate the nucleons of the nucleus. That is called binding energy. Usually the binding energy can be measured in terms of mega electron volt. In general, binding energy mega electron volt ನಲ್ಲಿ measurement ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. तो उसके लिए क्या करना, the mass defect should be written in terms of atomic mass unit and multiplied with 931. So hence your result will be in terms of mega electron volt. This is about what the concept of binding. Then next is only the specific binding energy. One more is what here? Specific binding energy. Specific binding energy. Specific binding energy is the binding energy of the nucleus with respect to mass number. Binding energy with respect to mass number means the binding energy per nucleon. Binding energy per nucleon is called specific binding energy. That is specific binding energy equal to binding energy equal to binding energy divided by mass number, divided by what? Mass number. That is VE divided by A. This is what the specific binding energy. Binding energy per nucleon is called specific binding energy. Here what we are going to getting, the binding energy is nothing but mass defect into C square or mass defect in AME into 931, which gives the binding energy mega electron volt. This binding energy divided by mass number. Adhe binding energy divided by mass number specific binding energy. As the nucleus is stable, and this also it will be gives the same thing. Nucleus of an atom is stable or unstable. ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ, ಇದನ್ನು ಅದೇ ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ. More the specific binding energy, more is the stable. Stability will be more. Less is the specific binding energy, minimum is the stability. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದನ್ನು stability of the nucleus ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ. That is what about the specific binding energy. I will repeat it. The binding energy per nucleon is called specific binding energy, and it is measured as it is binding energy divided by mass number. That is binding energy divided by A. A represents the mass number, which is the sum of number of protons and number of neutrons. This is what the specific binding energy. So here mass defect, then binding energy, then specific binding energy. Mass defect is the sum of the mass of constituent particles of the nucleus minus the rest mass, means ZMP plus A minus ZMN minus M. This M is the rest mass of the nucleus. This is the mass defect. This mass defect is multiplied with C square or 931. Then we will get the binding energy. That is nothing but energy with which the nucleons are bound together. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಬೌಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ಯಾವ. ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲಿ ಬೌಂಡ್ ಹೋಗ್ಯಾವ. वो separately they will be closely bound with a certain amount of force. Later we will call it as that is nuclear force. ಅದು ಬೈಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ಯದ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ there is a some mass defect in the nucleus. That mass defect it will be converted into energy, and that energy we will call it as binding energy. Okay. Is it clear? Binding energy, specific binding energy. Now, how is the binding energy of the different elements will be vary with respect to the mass number? How? The variation of specific binding energy with respect to the mass number. And what is the specific binding energy for the most stable element? And what about the specific binding energy for the elements which have very low mass number and very large mass number? And that here briefly we can able to found by you plotting the graph. By plotting the graph of specific binding energy against the mass number. You know, specific binding energy against the mass number graph active. Actually, according to your NCERT syllabus, for especially this academic year, that part will be deleted. And the part delete ಮಾಡಲಾರೆ. ಆದರೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕರ್ವ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಯಾರಾಗಲೂ वो ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप में यूज होते हैं कभी कभी हम, तो उसके लिए इधर क्या है स्पेसिफिक बाइंडिंग एनर्जी कर्व और बाइंडिंग एनर्जी कर्व कहते हैं. बाइंडिंग एनर्जी कर्व, बाइंडिंग एनर्जी. So here is the graph which is plotted. This is specific binding energy in terms of mega electron volt, and here is the mass number, that is A. Keep it in mind, the specific binding energy for the elements which is on an average 8 mega electron volt. On an average, the specific binding energy is about 8 mega electron volt. Some elements which are having a less mass number, we will call it as a light nuclei. Some elements which are having a more mass number, they can be called as a heavy nuclei. And here some light nuclei and heavy nuclei, they have the less specific binding energy. The elements which are light nuclei means mass number is less, which are heavy nuclei means mass number is more. Such elements, they are having a specific binding energy is less or minimum. Less or minimum means it is more than 7 mega electron. 8 ಗಿಂತ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ, 7 ಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಭಾಳ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವುದೋ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಬೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಸ್ಟೆಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ. तो उसके लिए लाइट न्यूक्लियाई, हेवी न्यूक्लियाई, they are not a more stable elements. Stability ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರಲ್ಲ ಅವಕ್ಕೆ. ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕ? heavy and light nuclei. Light nuclei for example hydrogen ಅದ, helium ಅದ, neon ಅದ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅದ. lithium ಅದ, hydrogen, helium, lithium, oxygen, carbon, usually they are light nuclei, which is the mass number is less than 30. Mass number less than 30. Heavy nuclei are more than 170. Less than 30 and more than 170. 30 ಗಿಂತ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, 170 ಗಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲೈಟ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯೈ ಇರ್ತದ, ಇದು ಹೆವಿ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯೈ ಇರ್ತದ. And these nuclei, they are having a specific binding energy is, for example 7.6 mega electron volt ಅಥವಾ 7.8 mega electron volt ಏನೋ ಇರ್ತದೆ, but it is less than 8. And these are also having a 7.6 or 7.7 or 7.8 mega electron volt. तो उसका स्टेबिलिटी क्या रहता है? कम रहता है. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಕರ್ವ್ ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ? ಯಾವ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ದು ಮೋರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅದಾವ, ಯಾವ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟೆಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಅದ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ ಇದನ್ನು. ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಗಿವ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಮಾಸ್ ನಂಬರ್. as you all know, the mass number up to, for example, uranium 236 ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಮಾಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ 230 240 ತನಕ ಅದ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ 20, this one is 40, this is 60, here is 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200, 220, 240 like that. And here is the specific binding energy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, 0. For the elements which are having the light mass number, they are having a less specific binding. And there are few elements whose specific binding energy is large comparing to their adjacent elements. So therefore here the curves it will be very sharp decrease. Again it will be increase. Again it will be decreases. Again it will be increases. Again it will be decreases. It will be goes to like this. It will be very easy. Here is the element. Here is the element which has a more stable, and the most stable element is having a specific binding energy is about 8.8 mega electron. Most stable element which has a specific binding energy is about 8 mega electron volt, which is having a mass number is about 56 mostly, and that is what the iron Fe, which is more stable element. energy is about 8.8 mega electron. Iron is the more stable. Light nuclei, they are having less specific binding energy. For example, here is the few elements, and the elements, for example, here I will show you. I will write it. Few elements. Here is the helium, then carbon, then oxygen. Here is the helium, carbon, and oxygen. Helium mass number is 4, atomic number is 2, carbon 6, 12, oxygen 8 and 16. Few elements especially. Helium, its specific binding energy is sharply, it will be suddenly increases. It will be more comparing to their adjacent elements. Here below the helium there is a deuterium, hydrogen, deuterium, tritium. They are light nuclear. They are having a less specific binding energy. And helium, the specific binding energy will be more, and its adjacent element. Next, helium, the other element even which has a mass number is more, but its specific binding energy will be less. Other specific binding energy come on, suddenly decrease आती है. And when helium the adjacent element, helium का जो दो एटॉम जो भी adjacent element रहते हैं उसका specific binding energy कम होता है, helium का एकदम ज़्यादा होता है. अदुनंतर next सडनली sharply it will be increases for the carbon. कार्बन का और ज़्यादा होता है, उसका adjacent elements का कम हो जाता है. Then next oxygen. So therefore here is the few elements which are having a mass number which is multiple of 4. The elements, few elements which are having a mass number is the multiple of 4. See here, helium 4, carbon 12, oxygen 16. 4, 8, 2, 6, 4, 12, 16. 4, 12, 16 is the multiple of 4. Otherwise the specific binding energy not adjacent elements कितने ना करो suddenly increase आगे. All elements ಅಷ್ಟೇ particularly ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ stable ಆಗಿರ್ತಾವೆ, but they are adjacent, they are unstable elements. Oxygen after again the stability goes on increases, and it will be maximum for the element which has a mass number is 56, which has a mass number is 56, which is identified as a iron. ಇದು 56 mass. ಇದು most stable element. ಅದರ ನಂತರ ಅದರ adjacent side ನಲ್ಲಿ stability ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, specific binding energy ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ. The elements which are having a mass number is about from 30 to 170. The elements which have the mass number is more than 30, less than 70, they are having a on and average the specific binding energy is about 8 mega electron volt. ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಇನ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಅನ್ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅನ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಅದೊಂದು ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಬೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಆನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎವರೇಜ್ 8 ಮೆಗಾ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ವೋಲ್ಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕರ್ವ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಫ್ಲಾಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಈ ರೀಸನ್ ದ ಕರ್ವ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫ್ಲಾಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದ್ರ ನಂತರ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಡನ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ होते जाते हैं, which are having a mass number is more than 170, which are identified as a heavy nuclei, and here they are identified as a light nuclei. Light nuclei having a less specific binding energy, heavy nucleus also having a less specific binding energy. Hence the heavy nuclei are also unstable, light nuclei are also unstable. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ hydrogen, deuterium, tritium, they are unstable, stable ಆಗಿರಲ್ಲ. ಅದೇ ಪ್ರಕಾರ heavy nuclei ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ರೇಡಿಯೋ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್. heavy nuclei usually are radioactive elements. They are all heavy nuclei and they are also unstable. ಅವನು unstable ಆಗಿರ್ತವ. ಅದರ specific binding energy is less than 8 and it will be about 7.6 mega electron volt ಗಿಂತಲೂ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸೆಮಿ ಥೋड़ा ಕಮ್ಮಿ. उसका मतलब वो स्टेबिलिटी हो, अनस्टेबल हो गए, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರೇಡಿಯೋ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ एलिमेंट्स आर अनस्टेबल। अनस्टेबल इस सलवागी वो अनस्टेबल रहने की वजह से रेडियो एक्टिव एलिमेंट्स आर गोइंग टू डिसइंटीग्रेटिंग विथ द एमिशन ऑफ सर्टेन रेडिएशन। तो उसके लिए उधर पढ़ते रेडियो एक्टिविटी होती है द स्पॉन्टेनियस डिसइंटीग्रेशन ऑफ हेवी न्यूक्लियाई by the emission of certain radiation. The spontaneous disintegration of heavy nuclei by the emission of certain radiations is called radioactivity. And the radioactive elements are having the mass number is more than 170. ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ heavy become unstable ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು specific binding energy will be shows that how is the stable of the element ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅದ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದು ತೋರಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತದೆ ಇದು ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಬೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಕರ್ವ್. Is it clear? And here this specific binding energy curve, it will be shows some features or some observations as I told now. So here one by one once again I will repeat it. ಏನದ observations? Observations of binding energy curve. Observations of binding energy curve, which we will also call as features of binding energy curve. The binding energy rises sharply for low values of mass numbers. Mass numbers low value, this sharply they will be rising. See, sharply they are going to rising. Which elements? The elements which are having low mass number, less mass number. Then next one, the binding energy per nucleon is low for the lighter nuclei and low for the heavier nuclei also. Now only I told you, specific binding energy is less, is minimum, is small for the lighter nuclei whose mass number is less than 30, and the elements which are having a mass number is more than 170, they are also having a less specific binding energy. इल्ले curve the course 170 ಗಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗಾದ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಬಂದು ನಮಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 30 ಗಿಂತ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದ್ರೂ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಅದ, 170 ಗಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗಿದ್ರೂ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಅದ. Light nuclei and heavy nuclei, they are having a less specific binding energy. Light and heavy nuclei are having less specific binding energy. Less specific binding energy, the stability is also less. Then third point, third observation. The curve rises rapidly in the beginning and then slowly reaches a maximum. Here the curve, it will be suddenly, quickly it will be rises from the low values. See here, it will be low values. And it will be rises up to maximum, for example, either 8.8 mega electron volt or in some book they will give 8.9 or 9 ತನಕ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Usually 8.8 mega electron volt ಅದ. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು some book में 8.9 भी लिखी से रहते. Don't worry about that one. But it is the maximum is for I1, which has a mass number is 56. After that, up to some mass numbers, up to 170 mass number, थोड़ा curve flat रहता. specific binding energy curve ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ flat ಇದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ up to 170 mass number तक. आಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತೆ decrease ಆಗ್ತದೆ. उसके बाद और decrease होते जाता है. And here is the specific binding energy for I1 is 8.8 mega electron volt and gradually decreases to 7.6 mega electron volt up to gradually decrease ಆಗ್ತಾ ಬಂದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ 7.6 mega electron volt ತನಕ decrease ಆಗ್ತದೆ. 7.6 mega electron volt. ಯಾವಾಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಯುರೇನಿಯಂ whose mass number is 238 ಅಂತ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಮಾಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ 238 ಬಂದಾಗ ಬೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಬೌಟ್ 7.6 ಮೆಗಾ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಒನ್. In the reasons of small masses whose mass numbers ಇಲ್ಲಿ 4 5 as I told for helium, for carbon, for oxygen mass number ಇದು 4 ಅದ, ಇದು 12 ಅದ, ಇದು 16 ಅದ. ಇದರ adjacent side ನಲ್ಲಿ helium adjacent side ನಲ್ಲಿ, carbon adjacent side ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅದಾವ. ಮಾಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಅದ, ಜಾದಾ ಇದೆ. ಮಾಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಅದ ಮತ್ತು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಅದ. ಬಟ್ ಅದು ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಬೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಏನದ, ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಗಿಂತ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಅದ. ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಸರಿ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಅದ. ಫಾರ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ which are the adjacent elements of the mass number which is multiple of 4. For example, helium, carbon and oxygen. In between them what the elements we are going to getting, lithium bartada 6 sin 3, then boron bartada 10, and mass number is 10, whereas the atomic number is 5. See here, 6 and 10. 6 mass number which is more than helium. Boron which is more than helium. इधर कम, इसका lithium and lithium specific binding energy is less than helium, उससे भी कम है. बोरान की हम चेंजेस आपको तो वैसा सडनली एडजेसेंट में स्पेसिफिक बाइंडिंग एनर्जी कुछ एलिमेंट्स का एकदम ज्यादा हो तो मास नंबर ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಇದ್ರೂ स्पेसिफिक बाइंडिंग एनर्जी कम ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. The binding energy per nucleon is practically constant. The binding energy per nucleon means specific binding energy is practically it is almost constant for the elements whose mass number is whose mass number is 30 to 170. Specific binding energy is almost constant for the elements which are having a mass number is more than 30 and less than 170. ये एलिमेंट्स जो मास नंबर कितने एलिमेंट्स ये रेंज में जो भी एलिमेंट्स आते हैं उसका मास नंबर ये रेंज में आते हैं. जो भी एलिमेंट्स they are having a mass number is between 30 and 170. They are almost constant specific binding energy. Constant specific binding energy is about 8 mega electron. Then later one more is here, the heavy elements like uranium, the binding energy per nucleon is low. Already I told you. Heavy nuclei, for example, uranium-238, that is isotope of the uranium, which has a less binding energy. If it will be having a less binding energy, its stability will be low. Due to that low stability, this uranium, it will be disintegrates. It will be disintegrate with the emission of certain radiations, and also it will be splits into 2 light nuclei. For that purpose, such elements especially we are going to using in terms of a nuclear reaction. ಅಂತ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟೆಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಯಾವ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರ್ತಾವ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾವು ಎಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾವ. स्टेबिलिटी कम इರ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವು एनर्जी एमिट ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾವ. एनर्जी एमिट करते जाते, वो एनर्जी एमिट करते जाते मतलब they are having a less stable, stability is less, specific binding energy will be less. For example, uranium अदा, हीलियम अदा, थोरियम है, एक्टिनियम है, few elements all radioactive elements ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. how stability कम मिलते because specific binding energy will be less. So these are the few important points which we are going to observing in case of a binding energy curve. Then here is the some significances of the binding energy curve. Already we told the specific binding energy curves gives the information about the stability of the elements. This curve it will be gives the information about the stability of the element. इले बता ऑलरेडी अभी बोले वही रिपीट होते हैं. स्टेबिलिटी कितना है बोलते मालूम होता है कर्व स्टडी करने से. By the study of the specific binding energy curve, we can able to find out the elements which which are stable or unstable. That is one of the significant. Second significant is we can able to find out the specific binding energy of any element by the study of this specific binding energy curve. We can able to find out the specific binding energy of any element. उन सभी elements का हम specific binding energy find out कर सकते हैं. For example, here is the mass number is 80, and this mass number 80, what is its specific binding energy? From this point, we are going perpendicular line, and it cuts the specific binding energy curve. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಒಂದು perpendicular line draw ಮಾಡಿ ಇದು curve ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ perpendicular ಹೋಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ತೋರಿಸ್ತದೆ. इधर बताता है specific binding energy कितना है कौन से एलिमेंट का, element which has a mass number is 80. Similarly, next 120 other देश का वो बताता है equality shows. That means we can able to determine or we can able to find out the specific binding energy of any elements which are having different mass numbers by the study of which one? By the study of binding energy curve. The binding energy of a light nuclei, it will be less and it is less stable, and it will be more and it will be more stable. Here is the elements which are having a less specific binding energy. Here also the elements which are having a less specific binding energy, and this it will be gives the idea about the stability of the element. Binding energy curve is also gives the idea about the stability of the elements. See, this is about specific binding energy and binding energy curve. Is it clear up to what is meant by binding energy? What is meant by specific binding energy? What the binding energy curve will be helps to observations, significances. We can able to know about this. The next point we will go. Due to the nucleus, they will be bound with one another with an energy which we will call it as a nuclear energy. If they are bound together, means there is some force between the nucleons. If the nucleons are bound together, means there is some force between the nucleons, and that force between the nucleons we will call it as your nuclear force. Nuclear force. So as it was learned in first PUC in the introduction topics, there are some fundamental forces in nature, and the fundamental forces in nature are: one is the gravitational force, one is gravitational force, second one is electromagnetic force, and third one is what here? Nuclear. These are the some fundamental forces in nature. Out of these, this gravitational force is one of the weakest force. It is very weak force. Then next is electrostatic force, and very strong force in nature is the nuclear. Nuclear force is very strong force, whereas the gravitational force is very weak force. And better to keep it in mind here, the nuclear force is the attractive force. It is attractive force, and this is also attractive force. Idunu attractive, but it is very weak, and this one is very strong. Gravitational force is very weak force, and this one is very strong force. Whereas in case of this electrostatic force, it has both the forces, attractive force as well as repulsive force. electrostatic or electromagnetic force, it is having a both attractive force repulsive force because of in case of electro and magnet, in case of electric charges there are two types of charges are there. One is the positively charged and another is negatively charged. Similarly, in case of a magnet there are two poles, north pole and south pole. Like charges will be repel each other, unlike charges will be attract each other. So therefore here there are two types of forces. One is the attractive force and another is the repulsive force. Similarly, in case of a magnet, there is also attractive and repulsive force will be there. Whereas in case of a gravitational force and in case of a nuclear force, it is having only attractive force. And this is very strong force. And if you are going to finding the ratio, approximate ratio of gravitational force, electrostatic force and nuclear force, which is in the ratio 10 raised to 0 is to 10 raised to 36 is to 10 raised to about 10 raised to 42, that it will be about 10 raised to 42 or 38 will be there. 38. So जास्ती नहीं तो थोड़ा ज़्यादा भी. This is the approximate ratio of gravitational force, electromagnetic force and nuclear force. In case of nuclear force, again there is a two types will be there. One is the strong nuclear force and another is weak nuclear force. One strong of the weak nuclear force. And strong nuclear force we are going to observing in case of a stable element. ಯಾವ stable element ಇರ್ತವ ಆ stable element strong nuclear force which is more than 10 raised to 38, which may ranges up to 10 raised to 42 ತನಕ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಯಾವುದದು strong nuclear force. ಅದೇ in case of a light nuclei unstable ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು they are having a weak nuclear force. They are having a weak nuclear force. Sometimes that weak nuclear force it may be less than electromagnetic force. Weak nuclear force ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೋ electromagnetic force ಗಿಂತಲೂ ಕಡಿಮೆನೇ ಇರ್ತದೆ. This is the force with which the nucleons are bound with one another. The force with which the nucleons are bound with one another is known as nuclear force, which is the force between proton or force between neutron or force between proton. Force between proton or force between neutron or force between proton. They are all attractive force itself only. Avella attractive. Even they are like charges. Other electrostatic like charges repel each other. Other nuclear force like charges are also attract each other. Adaka Coulombian condition, Coulombian force, Coulomb's law is not applicable within the nucleus. One of the limitation of Coulomb's law, Coulomb's force is not applicable within the atom. Adakili nuclear force is the force between the two nucleons. Is called nuclear force. About the futures or about the observations of nuclear force, we will study in the next class. That we will see in the next class. Okay, thank you.